Today's walk was from the Devonport Surf Lifesaving Club, and there's the beach that the surf club patrols, and our path heads up through the scrub up there. Nice well paved area here. Again, we've had some big storms, big tides, and you can see the stones that have been thrown up here on the seawall. Nice gentle path to start with. Will take us up into the treed area and then up to the top of the lookout. Caravan park across the road. We'll come back through there. Little wishing well set up in 1958 by the Devonport Junior Chamber of Commerce. Little places to stop for picnics all the way along. Shelter shed up yonder with a free barbecue. And the walk goes up and then down again. So we'll just keep going. Nice view from here back to the mouth of the Mersey River. We're about to dive into the hidden areas inside the bush. Might see a wallaby, you just never know your luck. Out in this little bay area there, I've seen dolphins in the past. 2 at a time they were. Can't see any today. Definite springtime feel, despite the overcast weather, with all these flowers. A little bit of context on size there for you. Like some sort of junior bottle brush, but I don't know. If you know, leave a comment below. Hope you're picking up the sound of the surf crashing down there. It's really quite pleasant. And our now constant companion of the papery bark trees. I have no idea what species they are. If you do, let me know in the comments. Reasonably gentle path along here. This particular route from the bottom up, the way we're going, not suitable for wheelchairs, as you'll see in a little while, but you can drive to the top for the views, and it's quite safe up there for wheelchairs. Mass plantings of snowdrops, confirming the springtime of the year. The neatly cropped grass lets you know that it's also wallaby and probably rabbit country around here. Damp day in about a week. Not that much rain, and it's basically past now. I expect it to be dry for the next couple of days. But it's quite humid at the moment and not terribly cool. We come out of this tree-lined section, a bit of an opening out to Bass Strait. Bit of a swell running today. Popular fishing spot out there on the rocks, but it can get a little bit hairy, which is why one of these is provided. Never seen these vandalised ever, don't expect they ever will be. And above that is a warning of slippery rocks, uneven ground, large waves, rock hazards, rip currents and a drop off, so use your brain if you're out here. And then the path continues on. So we come up to quite a sad little monument. This plaque commemorates William Henry Burroughs of Lockhart, New South Wales, who lost his life at the age of 23 seeking to save a girl who'd been washed off these rocks. So on the 16th of February 1929. And there's a look at these rocks. Young William took off his jacket but didn't take anything else off, dived in to try and save someone in distress. Currents there he wasn't used to, having come from New South Wales. Another angle on the rocks there. Because it's not wild today, but it wouldn't be pleasant to be swimming in it. Anyway, someone else raised the alarm at the Surf Lifesaving Club, and the young girl was rescued, but William was found about 3 weeks later, washed up on the beach back in front of the Surf Lifesaving Club. And he's buried over in Ulverston at the General Cemetery there, which will be the subject of an upcoming video. Quite a lot of interesting things in these old cemeteries. Another view out across the strait towards Victoria. Well, Victoria's probably over that way actually, but yeah. It's a thing to be not so much feared as respected, the ocean, particularly here in Bass Strait. The path continues rather nicely through an avenue of low trees, scrubby stuff, as you would expect with the winds that come through here sometimes. Another reminder of the rescue device back further that we saw. Let's go down these stairs and have a look at the ocean up close, but not too close. Bit of a blowhole type gap in the rocks down there, not too wild today, but you wouldn't want to be caught in there. They're basalt rock formations, old lava basically that's cooled. It does create probably some of the world's best soils when it decomposes down. Just do a bit of a scan across here. There's plenty of rocks, quite rugged. Not a thing for ships to be approaching incautiously. Back up to the path. Ever onward and ever upward to the lighthouse at the top of Mersey Bluff. Approaching another lookout here. I'll have a look when we get there. And there it be. I'll have a quick look. Heights aren't my thing. We'll hide behind the camera, we should be okay. And that's a look back to the rocks where the girl was washed off and William Burroughs selflessly threw himself in to save her. Some more wild rocks down there. We'll continue our walk up the hill. Well, this is the not safe for wheelchairs section obviously, and those lookouts that we had a look out of weren't safe for wheelchairs either. But once we get up the top, you'll see the lighthouse area is okay. And the views from up there are pretty spectacular. And just starting to be visible is the top of the Mersey Bluff lighthouse, facing out to sea. All the way round to, oh, who knows what's over there. But certainly all the way to the Mersey estuary. It's continuing up, and off to our left is this interesting marker. I think it's a radar reflector, but it could be a trig point. If you know, again, answers in the comments. And a picnic spot if you want to have a look out at this view, which is looking quite interesting under some rippling cloud formations. A lot more of the lighthouse visible now, and our final set of steps, and definitely a car park full of vehicles all the way around to the lighthouse. Interesting looking up from underneath view of the Mersey Lighthouse. You'll notice it's got painted red and white stripes on it, and the one we saw out at Table Cape was pure white. This is another aid to navigation so people can see where they are during the day. And yes, this is still in use, and it's essential for safe navigation at sea. Above, which is a little bit hard to see, calls this the Mersey Bluff Lighthouse, Devonport. Latitude 41 degrees 9 minutes south, longitude 146 degrees 21 minutes east. Built in for a cost of £1,559 and first manned by a kerosene lamp back on the 2nd of August 1889. So it's been around a while. Which is an impressive structure. Certainly a place of much tragedy and much heroism. And there's the view out across the strait from just next to the lighthouse. So highly visible at sea, day or night. The only problem would be in a fog, I guess. Looking over there to the far west, Just on the horizon is Table Cape, where we've walked to a different lighthouse. I'll link that up at the end. Another rescue device here at the top of the hill. Not 30 yards, 40 yards, metres from the lighthouse itself. But yeah, no swimming. Rock hazards, uneven ground and a sudden drop off. Here at the Hat is what they call this area where the lighthouse is. And behind the lighthouse is the car park and the walk back down to where we started. As you can see, for those who have difficulty walking, you can drive up. Looking back towards Devonport, you can see the white structure out there that's on the headland marking the western mouth of the Mersey. We'll follow the tar road back so you get an idea of the alternatives to walking up and then doing a loop. We do seem to be being stalked by this bus. Cafe here run by I believe the local First Nations people. They do a reasonable coffee, I believe. The roadway tends to drop away fairly quickly from this little plateau area, and then we'll be down almost to where we started. And you can see the little cove there where I've seen dolphins in the past, so the loop's almost complete. That's the higher view of the caravan park I pointed out earlier. Big thing, this caravanning in Tassie, especially this time of the year. We have lots of grey nomads heading to Tassie to avoid the summer on the mainland. Around these parts, 30 is extraordinarily rare, 26 is hot. So avoiding the 45 of inland mainland is a sensible idea for many. Pavilions of the Surf Lifesaving Club on the left and the Drift Cafe on the right. I do believe that's closed now, so we won't be stopping there for a coffee. There's the wishing well from the other side we saw on the way up, and the little path below it is the one we took at the beginning. And here we are, back at the little cove. A nice walk, quite refreshing, a bit sad in places, but it does talk of the heroism of individuals.